Have you ever wondered why some people naturally attract followers while others struggle to lead despite having authority? Or why certain leaders can take their organizations to extraordinary heights while others plateau? Leadership isn't just about personality or position. It's about understanding and applying timeless principles that govern human influence and organizational success. After studying leaders for over 40 years, John C. Maxwell discovered that regardless of culture, generation, or industry, the same fundamental laws determine a leader's effectiveness. These principles work like gravity. They operate whether you understand them or not, and they can either work for you or against you. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership distills these essential principles into a clear roadmap for anyone who wants to enhance their ability to influence others. We're going to explore this animated book summary of the universal laws that govern effective leadership. Before we get into the first idea, wouldn't it be better if you had a platform specially designed for visual learners like you? That's exactly what BookWatch offers. Discover thousands of animated book summaries, just like the one you are currently watching. You can also get personalized advice. Our AI expert is trained to know each book in our library, so you can ask him how to apply every book in your unique life situation. Stay focused by taking notes effortlessly. Press the button and let BookWatch capture key ideas along with their timestamps, so you can review and expand on them later. Not sure what to read next? Just tell our AI what you want to learn or your challenges, and it'll recommend the best books tailored to your needs. Track your journey with gamified progress. Earn streaks and achievements every time you dive into a new book. Click the link in the description to access BookWatch today. If you are enjoying our free content on YouTube, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Now let's continue our video. Idea 1. The Law of the Lid. The law of the lid suggests that a person's leadership ability determines their potential impact and success. It's like a lid or ceiling on your potential. The better you are at leading, the more you can achieve and the higher you can rise. If your leadership skills are low, even if you have great talents and ideas, you might not go very far. It's as if you have a large pot full of great ingredients for a soup, but if the lid is small, you can't bring the soup to its full potential. You're limited by the pot's capacity. Improving your leadership ability is like increasing the size of the lid. As you become a more effective leader, you lift the limitations on yourself and your team. This means you will be able to accomplish more together. It all starts with you, as you are the one who sets the tone for those you lead. If you improve your leadership, others will follow, and the overall effectiveness of your group or organization will likely increase too. Think of it this way. If your leadership is capped at a certain level, everything under your influence will be impacted by that cap. The organization and its people can't grow beyond the limitations of the leader. To reach new heights and achieve greater results, raising your leadership ability is key. Upgrading your skills, learning new strategies, and understanding people better will help you lift the lid higher, allowing both you and those you lead to achieve more. Idea 2. The Law of Influence. The law of influence states that being a leader isn't about having a title or position, but about one's impact on others. True leadership can't be awarded, appointed, or assigned. It comes only from influence, and that must be earned. The more influence a person has, the more they can achieve, and the better they can lead. A leader's influence stems from the relationships they form, how they empower and connect with their team, and the trust they build. It's shown in their ability to encourage others to follow them. Leadership is not just about directing people or telling them what to do. It's actually more about gathering followers organically, because people believe in the leader, trust them, and want to go where the leader is heading. Influence is built through characteristics such as integrity, authenticity, empathy, and the ability to listen effectively. Influential leaders inspire people, offer them a compelling vision, and motivate them to pursue a common goal. Such leaders also understand that influence is not static. It has to be cultivated and maintained by constantly engaging with people, understanding and catering to their needs, and growing relationships. In a way, influence translates to the leader's currency in the realm of leading others, as it's what enables them to guide and inspire the people around them. Without influence, a leader's ability to effect change and make a real impact is limited. This idea reminds us that the heart of leadership is about positively affecting others, about being someone others choose to follow, not because they have to, but because they want to. It's the influence of a leader that can transform individuals, teams, organizations, and even entire societies. Idea 3. The law of process. The law of process is about recognizing leadership as a journey rather than a destination. This principle suggests that becoming an effective leader is a progressive endeavor and one that requires continual growth and development. Leadership doesn't happen overnight. It's developed through consistent daily actions and decisions. Just like any skill, it requires practice, patience, and time. Mistakes and experiences, both good and bad, are all part of this learning process. Each day presents new opportunities to learn and to refine one's leadership abilities. This law encourages aspiring leaders to commit to lifelong learning. It acknowledges that the most successful leaders are those who dedicate themselves to personal improvement and are open to feedback and new ideas. By focusing on the small steps and daily habits that contribute to their overall leadership skills, individuals can develop the traits and the mindset necessary to lead others effectively. By consistently working on their leadership each day, people build the experience and the wisdom that they need to handle bigger challenges and to inspire others. This law suggests that anyone can become a leader by dedicating themselves to this ongoing process, emphasizing the importance of perseverance and continual learning on the path to leadership excellence. Idea 4. The law of navigation. The law of navigation is about the crucial role leaders play in not just steering their team or organization, but also in planning the course ahead. This principle emphasizes that effective leaders need to see the whole trip in their minds before they leave the dock. They have the vision for the destination, and they understand what it will take to get there. Good leaders are good planners. They don't rely on spontaneous decision-making or expect success from random actions. Instead, they invest time up front to chart out a clear path. This involves anticipating potential obstacles, challenges, and opportunities that might arise along the way. These leaders also make sure that their team understands the plan and is prepared for the journey ahead. By doing so, they are not only navigating but also empowering their team to navigate alongside them. They take responsibility for ensuring the entire team is equipped and informed to handle the planned course of action. Moreover, the law of navigation suggests that it's not enough to know where you're going. You also need to know how you're going to get there. This means being practical about the resources available, understanding the capabilities of the team, and being prepared to make adjustments when circumstances change. This law teaches that a leader has foresight, which combines both intuition and experience. By learning from their past and looking ahead to the future, leaders can guide their teams through complex situations towards success. Good leadership, in this sense, is proactive, not reactive. The idea drives home that leadership requires more than just maintaining the status quo. It's about taking charge and guiding your team with confidence and competence, ensuring that everyone is moving in the right direction together. Idea 5. The law of addition. Under the law of addition, the concept is centered around the idea that leaders are most effective when they're focused on serving others and adding value to their lives. It's about putting others first and helping them to develop and perform as highly as possible. This law emphasizes the shift from individual success to the success of the team and organization. Serving others can manifest in many ways: providing support, giving credit for successes, taking responsibility for team failures, investing time in teaching and coaching team members, listening to their concerns, and promoting a positive working environment. Good leaders don't just look to advance their own goals, but also facilitate their team's growth and improvement. The idea is to establish connections with each individual on the team, understanding their strengths, weaknesses, and motivations. By doing so, a leader can tailor their approach to each person, thereby more effectively fostering growth and success within the group. To truly live by this law, a leader might have to adjust their mindset. Leadership isn't about being in charge, but rather about taking care of those in your charge. When you operate with the intention of benefiting others, you naturally increase your influence as a leader, and as a result, your team's performance and commitment to the mission at hand improve vastly. Essentially, the law of addition is about the impact you have on others through your leadership. A leader's success should be measured not only by what they have accomplished personally, but by how much better off the people are around them because of their influence. Idea 6. The law of solid ground. The law of solid ground is about the importance of trust in leadership. Trust is something that leaders can't ignore because it serves as the foundation for all of their relationships and actions. To be a leader, people must feel confident in your ability to make decisions and to guide them. This trust comes from being honest, ethical, and consistent in your behavior. Building trust is not something that happens overnight. It requires time and patience. Every choice you make, every action you take, either builds up the trust others have in you or erodes it. Leaders who stand on solid ground are the ones who have a strong character and do what they say they will. They're open and transparent with their team and admit when they make mistakes. When trust is strong, it creates a safe environment for people to work in and a strong team that can achieve more. But if a leader breaks that trust, regaining it is a very difficult process. People look to their leaders not only for guidance, but also for a sense of stability and integrity. When leaders uphold these values, they set the stage for mutual trust and effective collaboration. Leaders who operate on the law of solid ground understand that trust is not just a nice to have, it's a must-have. They know that without trust, their ability to lead will be seriously limited. They'll have trouble getting others to follow them, and even if people do comply, they will do so with reservation and doubt. A solid foundation of trust allows leaders to command not just the hands and feet, but also the hearts and minds of their followers. Idea 7. The law of respect. The law of respect revolves around the concept that people naturally follow leaders who are stronger than themselves. This isn't about physical strength, it's about strength of character, expertise, and the ability to inspire confidence in others. It suggests that if you want to be an effective leader, you have to be worthy of respect. When someone demonstrates better leadership skills, clear vision, reliability, and integrity, people take notice. They have a certain energy and resolve that makes others want to follow them. This idea speaks to the human inclination to look up to individuals who showcase greater leadership qualities than they themselves possess. People are drawn to leaders who stand firm in their beliefs and can articulate their vision clearly. They respect leaders who understand them, listen to them, and can unify a group to act towards a common goal. A respected leader empowers others, makes difficult decisions with confidence, and holds themselves accountable before they hold others accountable. This law implies that building respect is crucial for a leader because when tough times come, it's the leader's level of respect that will really determine how much influence they retain. Leaders who are respected are better placed to navigate challenges because their team will stick with them and stand by their decisions. If you lack respect, you'll find it much harder to get people to follow you. Since leadership isn't an automatic right, it's something you earn through your actions and the strength of your character. Idea 8. The law of intuition. The law of intuition in leadership is about understanding that leaders often evaluate situations and make decisions based on an instinctive sense. It's the idea that leaders have a sort of sixth sense when it comes to leading. They can read between the lines, sense the nuances in a group, and predict how people will react to certain actions. This intuition isn't just magical thinking. It comes from years of experience, understanding people, and a deep knowledge of leadership dynamics. Leaders with strong intuition often seem to understand things quickly and can act decisively, even when they don't have all the information others think they might need. Think of it like being able to navigate a familiar road in the dark. You know the turns and twists so well that even though you can't see everything clearly, you can still make the journey safely. This law suggests that good leaders are tuned into the intangibles, the mood of a team, the morale of the organization, the energy of a meeting. They can sense momentum shifts and morale changes before they become visible or problematic. They pick up on these cues and adjust their strategy accordingly, often preventing small issues from becoming bigger problems. Someone with strong leadership intuition can often tell if a person fits well with a team, if a decision matches the core values of the company, or what kind of communication will be most effective in a particular situation. It's a skill that is honed over time, requiring a leader to be attentive to their environment, empathic to their people, and deeply reflective on their experiences. In leadership, this inner understanding is invaluable. It can guide decisions in a direction that seems unorthodox or unconventional, yet it often leads to innovative solutions and paths forward that others might not see. The law of intuition is a reminder that leadership is as much an art as it is a science. Idea 9. The law of magnetism. The law of magnetism is all about how a leader's traits and characteristics attract similar people. Essentially, you draw people to you who share your values, attitudes, and personality. Think about your own circle of friends or colleagues. They often have similar interests or views, right? Well, the same goes for leadership. When you're out there leading a group or building a team, it's like you've got this magnetic pull that brings people to you. But it's not random. It's actually quite specific. Your qualities and who you are at your core have a strong say in who ends up sticking around. If you're upbeat and positive, you're likely to bring in optimistic and energetic folks. If you're serious and detail-oriented, you might find that the people around you are more analytical and process-focused. It's like looking in a mirror. What you see reflects who you are. So when a leader wants to change or improve their team, they often have to start by taking a good look at themselves. The changes they want to see in their team often need to begin with changes they make in their own behavior and mindset. Because in the end, leadership isn't just about being in charge. It's about being at the core of a group of people who are on the same wavelength as you. Your leadership is the magnet, and the type of leader you are has everything to do with the type of people you attract. If you want to draw different or better talent to your team, you might need to alter your magnetic field. In other words, how you think, act, and interact with others. Idea 10. The law of connection. The law of connection emphasizes the importance of a leader's emotional bond with their team members. It's all about engagement and relationship. Leaders who succeed in creating a strong link with their people do so by touching their hearts before asking for their hands. This means that before a leader can expect others to contribute to the job or mission, they need to foster a level of personal connection and trust. To connect with others, a leader should be open and genuine. Sharing personal stories and showing vulnerability can make a leader more relatable. It's not just about giving out orders or directives, it's about listening to people, understanding their hopes, fears, and aspirations. By doing so, a leader shows that they value their team members not just as workers, but as individuals. Leaders who master this law communicate their vision in ways that resonate with their followers. It's not just verbal communication that matters, but non-verbal cues, such as body language and tone, are also crucial for showing sincerity and passion. When people feel connected, they're much more likely to be motivated and committed to the group's goals. Acknowledging and appreciating each team member's contribution is another aspect of building that connection. When people feel recognized and part of something bigger, they're more likely to put forth their best effort. This law is about fostering a sense of community and belonging, which can become a powerful motivator for a team. Overall, the law of connection is about realizing that leadership is a relationship built on trust and commitment, and those relationships are the glue that holds a team together. When people feel understood and cared for, they follow more willingly and work with a higher level of engagement. Idea 11. The law of the inner circle. The law of the inner circle suggests that a leader's potential is largely influenced by the people with whom they choose to surround themselves. It's about the idea that leaders can't achieve great things on their own. They need a strong team around them. When you think about this law, picture a group of advisors and confidants close to a leader. These are the individuals that a leader relies on for advice, support, perspective, and skills that complement their own. Having a trusted core group is crucial because leaders often depend on their insights to make decisions. A key part of this law is the recognition that no one is excellent at everything. Good leaders understand their own strengths and weaknesses, and they fill the gaps by bringing in people who are talented in areas where the leader might not be. This isn't just about finding competent people, it's about finding those who can work well with the leader and each other, sharing a common goal and a willingness to support one another. It's also about trust. The people in a leader's inner circle must be trustworthy because they will be privy to sensitive information and often play a role in shaping the direction of the team or organization. The idea extends to the leader's responsibility for shaping their inner circle. Leaders should be actively involved in developing the people around them, investing in their growth so that the whole group becomes more effective. By doing this, the leader can ensure that the team is always evolving and improving, and that they have the right people in place to meet new challenges as they arise. Lastly, the synergy of a well-chosen inner circle can significantly amplify a leader's effectiveness. When the group works harmoniously and each member contributes their unique strengths, the collective effort can accomplish more than the sum of individual efforts. This law underlines the importance of collaboration and mutual support within a leadership context. Idea 12. The Law of Empowerment. The law of empowerment centers around the concept that leaders must give power to others to truly be effective. This idea acknowledges that a leader's strength comes not just from personal capabilities, but also from the ability to elevate those around them. Empowerment is about trust and the willingness to equip and encourage team members to make decisions, take action, and drive results without unnecessary interference. To empower others, a leader must recognize their own limitations and understand that they can't achieve everything alone. By sharing power, a leader can harness the collective strength of the team. This means providing the resources, authority, and opportunity for team members to develop their skills and take on meaningful responsibilities. A key part of empowering people is letting go of the need for control. It's about accepting that others can have good ideas and can contribute in ways that the leader might not have anticipated. By letting go, a leader offers team members the chance to take ownership of their work, which can lead to higher motivation and commitment. At its core, the law of empowerment is a call for leaders to believe in their people and to give them the space to grow. When team members feel supported and trusted, they are more likely to take initiative and perform at their best, which ultimately benefits the entire organization. Empowerment is a sign of a confident leader who is focused on building up others, thus creating a thriving and resilient team. Idea 13. The Law of the Picture. The law of the picture highlights the importance of setting a good example as a leader. It suggests that people often will do what they see their leaders doing. This means that leaders have a responsibility to act in ways that reflect the behaviors and values they want their team to emulate. Being a role model isn't just a part of the job, it's a fundamental aspect of leading effectively. People look to leaders to guide their actions, often subconsciously mimicking their methods and attitudes. So, if a leader seeks to instill discipline, hard work, and integrity within their team, they must first exhibit these qualities themselves. Team members are more likely to stay on task, be punctual, and conduct business ethically if they see these behaviors consistently demonstrated by their leaders. The idea also encompasses the concept that actions speak louder than words. When a leader's actions are aligned with their messages, it reinforces their credibility and the trust that their followers place in them. On the flip side, when there is a mismatch between what leaders say and what they do, it can create confusion and erode trust, making it much harder to get buy-in on vision and goals. For example, if a manager tells their staff that customer service is the top priority, but then ignores customer complaints or treats customer service as a low priority, the team is likely to follow the example actually set by the manager's actions. This can undermine the stated goal of excellent customer service, as the team will see that it's not truly valued by their leader. By living out the principles and standards they espouse, leaders effectively communicate those values to their team, shaping the organizational culture and influencing the performance and behaviors of their team members. So it's vital for leaders to be aware that they are always in the spotlight and act accordingly. Idea 14. The Law of Buy-in. The idea behind the law of buy-in is that people are generally more likely to follow and commit to a leader rather than a specific vision or strategy. This means that the success of any given plan or idea largely hinges on whether those who are expected to implement or support it believe in the leader themselves. A critical point is that leadership is not just about having grand visions. Instead, it's more about who the leader is as a person and whether those potential followers trust and respect them. If they do, they'll likely embrace the leader's vision. On the other hand, if they don't have faith in the leader, it doesn't matter how attractive or innovative the vision may be, they won't buy into it or give it their full effort. This law points out that leadership and vision are not separate issues. The leader and the vision are often seen as one. If people don't like the leader, but they like the vision, they still look for another leader to follow. Conversely, if people like the leader but not the vision, they will still follow, because they believe the leader will eventually get to the right destination. So, effective leadership starts with earning trust and demonstrating commitment, integrity, and reliability. A leader who is bought into by their team can lead them towards the vision or goal much more effectively, as their team's faith in them translates into collaborative effort and productivity. The leader's job, therefore, is to connect with people and inspire this confidence in them first before trying to sell a vision or a strategic plan. Idea 15, the law of victory. The law of victory is about the mindset and determination a leader must have to lead their team to success. This idea emphasizes that true leaders don't accept defeat as an option. Instead, they focus on finding ways for their team to win in any situation, no matter how challenging it might be. Leaders who embody this principle believe that a genuine victory can only be achieved when the whole team succeeds together. They work tirelessly to overcome obstacles, make strategic plans, and inspire their team members to give their best effort. These leaders understand that to secure a win, they need to unite their team with a shared vision. They are adept at rallying their members around a common goal and making sure everyone is committed to achieving it. A crucial part of this law is effective problem-solving skills and the ability to make decisive and bold moves when necessary. The spirit of the law also implies that the willingness to take risks and a tenacious attitude are integral for leaders who want to ensure their teams come out on top. They instill a sense of confidence and perseverance in their team, so that no matter the challenges, the team believes in their ability to prevail. Adhering to the law of victory means leaders become the embodiment of resilience and unwavering commitment to their team's objectives, leaving no room for half-hearted efforts or complacency. In turn, their teams are often energized and motivated to strive for success, even when facing tough odds. Idea 16, the law of the Big Mo. The law of the Big Mo is about the power of momentum. When you're leading a group or an organization, getting started can be the hardest part. At the beginning, even small tasks can require a lot of effort. However, as you start to make progress and get some wins, you begin to generate momentum. Momentum is like a friend to a leader. It makes things easier. With it, obstacles seem smaller and people are more enthusiastic. Leaders look better, and their weaknesses can be overlooked because everything seems to be moving in the right direction. When a team has momentum, its members believe in what they are doing and are likely to keep pushing forward. To build momentum, you need to create a series of successes that build upon each other. Think of pushing a car. At first, it's tough to get it moving, but once you do, it becomes much easier to keep it going and even to push it faster. Also, it's crucial to realize momentum feeds on itself. Small successes lead to bigger ones. Each win tends to attract more followers, more resources, more support, and more successes. But momentum isn't just about speed, it's also about direction. As a leader, you have to guide the momentum in the direction of your vision. You have to steer it, because if momentum takes you in the wrong direction, it can be just as hard to stop or change course. Finally, one key thing about momentum is that it's easier to steer than to start. Once you have momentum, it's important to keep adjusting your approach to maintain it. This often requires a leader to make changes on the fly and respond to new challenges quickly to keep the forward motion. Remember, once momentum is on your side, you look better as a leader, and more people want to get on board with what you're doing. It's a powerful force that can drive a team or an organization to achieve great things. Idea 17. The law of priorities. The law of priorities stresses the importance of recognizing that being busy doesn't necessarily mean you're being productive. True leaders understand that activity isn't the same as achievement. Just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. What matters most is doing the right things that get you closer to your goals and vision. To make the most of this law, it's crucial to figure out what tasks are top priority. That means distinguishing which actions will have the greatest impact and align with your biggest objectives. Leaders must be able to look at their to-do lists and decide what's going to move the needle. And this isn't a one-time action, it's an ongoing process. Priorities can shift, and leaders must be flexible and adaptable in recognizing and responding to those changes. A key part of setting priorities involves saying no to tasks that might seem urgent but aren't actually important. This is about focus. It's easy to get sidetracked by things that demand your attention, But if they're not contributing to your overall goals, they're not a priority. Leaders who apply this law can enhance their effectiveness by directing their energy and time to what truly counts for their organization or team. In practical terms, this could mean delegating less critical tasks to others or eliminating them altogether. It's about strategic allocation of resources, ensuring that the leader's effort, the team's time, and the organization's funds are invested in ways that drive toward the primary mission and objectives. By getting better at setting and sticking to priorities, leaders can create a culture of discipline and focus that helps their whole team be more productive and efficient. Idea 18. The law of sacrifice. The law of sacrifice revolves around the concept that effective leadership often requires personal sacrifice. The higher the level of leadership one wants to reach, the greater the sacrifices they will need to make. This can be counterintuitive, but it's a critical aspect of leadership. Leaders may need to give up their personal time, interests, or even some of their rights for the benefit of those who follow them. Successful leaders understand they must often put the needs and interests of their organization and their team before their own. The willingness to make these sacrifices can in many ways define a leader's ability to lead effectively. It's also about long-term thinking. Sometimes a leader must endure short-term pain or setbacks for the long-term gain of the team or organization. Leaders might sacrifice their own comfort by taking on additional responsibilities to set a strong example and to help the organization grow. Moreover, the idea of sacrifice is closely linked to service. To lead is to serve, and by serving others, a leader gains more authority and respect. When those in leadership demonstrate they are willing to make personal sacrifices, it builds trust and loyalty among team members, which can lead to greater unity and a more effective team. The measure of sacrifice might not always be universal. It can vary from one leader to another, depending on their unique circumstances and the context in which they operate. Yet the underlying principle remains the same. Leadership comes with a cost, and sometimes that cost is personal. Those willing to pay it can often inspire others and lead more effectively. Idea 19. The law of timing. The law of timing centers around the impact that good timing can have on leadership success. It's about understanding that when a leader chooses to act is just as important as what action they choose and where they decide to take it. This law suggests that even the right action can fail if the timing isn't appropriately considered. Leaders who master this law are able to assess not just the situation, but also the readiness of their team and the context of the external environment. They recognize that all the factors need to align: the market conditions, the team's morale, and the resources at hand. They understand that pushing ahead with a decision at the wrong time can result in resistance, failure, or lost opportunities. Knowing when to make a move is a skill that comes with experience and intuition. Sometimes this means waiting for a better moment to introduce change, while other times it requires a swift decision to capitalize on a fleeting opportunity. Good leaders are often seen as having great timing, but in reality, they have honed their ability to read situations and predict outcomes. Ultimately, the law of timing is a reminder that timing can be the difference between success and failure. Leaders must learn not just to do things right, but to do the right things at the right time. It's a delicate balance, but when done correctly, it can lead to powerful results and the success of a leader's vision. Idea 20. The law of explosive growth. The law of explosive growth suggests that to truly expand and scale an organization or movement, a leader should concentrate on developing other leaders rather than just gaining followers. When you focus on leading followers, you can certainly add to your organization's growth, but you're limited by your own energy and time. In essence, you're adding to your team incrementally, as each follower represents one unit of growth. However, when you shift your focus to nurturing and developing leaders, you're essentially multiplying your efforts. Each new leader you create can go on to lead their own followers, who may in turn become leaders themselves. This creates a compound effect where growth isn't just happening in a linear fashion, it's expanding exponentially. It's like planting seeds that each have the potential to grow into a tree full of further seeds. This approach requires a different mindset. It's not just about teaching or directing, but about empowering others to lead. It involves training people to think for themselves, make decisions, and inspire their own set of followers. This doesn't mean just giving them tasks, but rather involving them in the vision of the organization, allowing them to understand the bigger picture, and encouraging them to take ownership of their roles within that picture. When you help people become leaders, they will bring their fresh perspectives, ideas, and energies to the table. Their own passion and drive can ignite their teams and contribute to the broader goals of the organization. The result can be a ripple effect of leadership that goes far beyond what any one individual could achieve alone. Adopting this leadership style can be challenging because it often means letting go of some control and being open to the ideas and methods of the new leaders you've helped create. However, the potential for significant growth can make it a powerful strategy for anyone looking to make a substantial impact with their leadership.